Yes. Here we go. Good morning. How y'all doing? Good morning, Keela Hairco. Good morning, Dre Angels. Good morning, Crystal. How you doing, Crystal West? Good morning, Miss Linda. How you doing? Miss Linda, how are you feeling after I know you and I decided we was gonna like bump our speed up yesterday. How are you feeling? I'm a little tired. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just a tad tired. But I'm gonna take my speed up again today. I also been getting up at 3 a.m. probably since last week to get some work done. And don't worry, friends, I don't be up all day and all night. So, what I've been doing is I'll get up early but go to bed early. All right. So I need to drink. You beyond tired, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm beyond tired, girl. Yeah. I was like, but I do need to step it up, right? I do need to go just a little bit faster. So that's exactly what I did. I bumped the pace up. Um, and hopefully, I can stay on this track. Oh, I'm so glad you said water. Hold on, pause. I'll be back. Let me go get some water. You sure right? I ain't got a lick of water nowhere. Hold that thought. Hold that thought, y'all. Thank you, Miss Linda. I appreciate you. Let me get my water bottle, child. Because you know I ain't going to drink a drop. Not a drop. I'll walk 40 minutes and not drink nan drop. Woohoo, I got it. Okay. Miss Crystal, you said lavender and sage. There's a shift. It's the universe shifting. All right. Add more beet juice and fresh ginger. All right, I got you. Good morning, Toya. How are you? Hey, Toya. Tomorrow is the last day to get all of your presentation stuff in for the AI consulting. The emails have been getting caught in my spam. And so I was like, oh, crap. Oh, crap. Yeah. Good morning, Infinite Rocket Power. How are you this morning? Good morning, Fredolyn. Thank you. This is my Mardi Gras shirt. It's another design that was made by me. Look, won't God do it? My husband is doing information around AI program here in Milwaukee. Now that's cool. Crystal, are you using AI? That's cool. Jarvis West and German Brain. Come on, join us on the AI. Don't let him do it by himself. It's a whole sea of us ladies that are engaging in AI. We'd love to have you. I use it every day. Add a little, what the kids say? I was crashing out. I was crashing out the other day because ChatGPT was shutting down on me, and I was in the midst, like, you know, when you in the work and you firing off a ChatGPT and it's giving you what you need. And so I was like, it's not working. My brain doesn't work anymore. Oh, Lord. I'm a little bit ChatGPT dependent, I think. I'm a little ChatGPT dependent. Now, I know my hair is all over the place. I actually like when the bun is a little bit messier, but I'm noticing I got some pins hanging out. So let me put some of these. I prefer it when it's a little bit messier. Yeah, of course, look, we've got a whole community of women that are using AI to move their lives and their businesses forward. So if he's rocking it, girl, come on, join us. Don't let him do it by himself. And also, women, especially Black women, but women in general, are underrepresented in AI and tech. So we got to get in here and learn it as well. Good morning, Pyro Queen. Girl, you like to light stuff up? Pyro Queen. Okay, sis. You like to set things on fire? That's cool. All right, I got a lot of new faces, so let me give my spiel. My old heads, you know what it is. Good morning, AJ's mom. This is Morning Motivations. I'm Martine Brown, and every day, Monday through Friday, for 30 to 45 minutes, I exercise. And at some point along the journey, I decided to exercise with community. Now, you don't have to exercise like me. All levels of movement are welcome, including zero. But during this time, we're going to talk AI, we're going to talk business, we're going to talk strategy. All right, that's what we're doing with this time. And so, after the call, I will drop the notes. I write these, I script them every week. And then after the call, I'll give you the actionable steps we talked about in the form of a post in my community. The community is called Morning Motivations, and it's within that community that you can go get the notes, go get the replay, because everybody can't make it every day. So you go and watch replays, choose which topics you think you want to go and invest in. All that's for free, all right? And I'm doing it for free because I realized that I can teach skills. All right, I can teach skills. I've been teaching 20 years. But where people are really struggling is how do they become the person they need to become to maximize their efforts? And so I'm working on becoming the person I need to be able to bring in the income that I want to bring in so that I can support my family the way I want to. So I do this for free as a part of that work because I know I'm not the only one who's having to have some mindset changes about how I live and how I do work. All right. So I'm glad you're here. If you go to my profile on TikTok, in that circle, it's a circle with my picture in it, you'll find my link in bio. And you can join the Morning Motivations community and follow me all the places I'm at. All right, Crystal, you doing some yoga while we're doing this? Cool. Well, I'm glad you're here. Get your stretch on, ma'am. Good morning, Milky. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Riri. And Poopy. Y'all in these names. These must be y'all private accounts where y'all don't want nobody to know it's you. Good morning, So Shell. All right. Now, yesterday we had a really good discussion about radical self-belief. What y'all think about this radical self-belief? Those of you that were here yesterday, did you get what you needed? I know I did. I've got some things going on in my life where people are not being their best self with me. And I've been struggling. With how they're showing up around me. I've been struggling with, like, I know the truth, and the truth, or at least my truth, doesn't align with their truth. And so, how do I navigate? How do I move forward? Radical self-belief is one of the ways. I've got to stand firm on who I am, what I can do, and I can't seek validation from others. I'm just never going to get it the way I want it. So as much of that conversation may have been for you, trust me, I was eating my own words. Big time. All right. So if y'all missed it, it was a really good conversation around what we need to be doing so that we can get this stuff done and be way more disciplined in our work. Talk about Discipline Monday. That leads me to what I really want to talk about today, which is autopilot. That's what I really want to talk about today, autopilot. Question is, are you on autopilot? That's the question. And be honest with yourself. Are you really working towards your goals, or are you just moving? The first year I was in business, I wasn't on autopilot, but I was doing things that did not help me move my business forward. Time wasters, work that wasn't meaningful. That's to be expected. It's quite normal because you don't know what you're doing yet. And until you know what you're doing, you're going to spend time doing things that don't move the needle. Right? Because busyness does not equal productivity. Okay? And I'm the busyness queen, baby. I can be busy. So lately, I've been trying to work through making sure that I'm both productive and I'm still having meaningful experiences. And that the people I serve are having meaningful experiences. All right? I know Toya says, oh my, yeah, I've been struggling with it. Because I'm like, did I really do that to you? I remember the moment. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's had this happen with the people in your lives. Like, I remember the experience. And I don't remember it being that. I remember what you said. I remember your behavior. I remember your responses. So I'm having to lay that down and really focus on radical self-belief and not let the story they've built in their head be the story that I take on and own. It's a bad habit I have. A lot of times because this has happened many times. I've got many iterations of this experience in my lifetime. And in the past, I would carry it. Because they said it, it must be true. I would not reference a possibility that maybe it's not true. They said it, good morning, Kwame, so I believed it. I believed that their experience was true and mine had no value, was invalid. Did that for a long time. It's been probably the last 6 months to a year. I've been in therapy where I've had to really settle in and go, no, that is not the way I remember it. It's certainly not my experience. And what they're experiencing is more telling about them, not me. It's more telling about the challenges that they may be faced with. And once I was able to release that, I have felt so much better because I'm not owning other people's perception of who I am and who I am to them. But it's not, every now and then it creeps back in. So again, the self-belief talk yesterday, I'm glad you got to take some good things away from it. But I promise you, I was like, shit, I need that too. Doggone it. I was like, I know I wrote this Sunday, but it's hitting much differently today. So once you have this radical self-belief, one of the big things you got to ask yourself is are you running on autopilot? All right. So this is how we take that belief in ourselves and we make it productive. All right. You got to believe in yourself first, radically. You have to be blind to others' view of what you're capable of. And then once you arrive at that place, you got to decide, are you busy or are you productive? Are you making real progress or are you just crossing things off the list? Are you moving with purpose or are you just doing what's comfortable? Are you moving with purpose or are you doing what's comfortable? Sometimes you got to be quiet and let people think about where they are. I'm going to start slowing some of these calls down a little bit because I realize I get excited and get to talking and I don't give you time to think. So we're going to have a little dead time more often so I can give you time to kind of think through the questions I'm asking. So are you moving with purpose or have you been doing what's comfortable? Good morning, Letitia. Good morning, Teresa. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready to break out of that autopilot. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready to break out of being an autopilot. In a world where we're looking for automation, I've been having a huge epiphany about this. Automate. I want it to run without me being there. You know what the truth about that is? In order to automate, you got to put in work to build the system to then do it when you don't think about it. Automation just means lots of things can get done if you spend lots of time automating it. Okay? It's the difference between being busy or productive. Okay? So I work my day job, and then after or before my day job, Mondays are my scheduling day. Any and every type of post that I can schedule, email that I can schedule, I do it on Monday. It takes me a couple hours. It's taken me about 6 months to get a system down to where I'm no longer spending 4 hours, about 2.5, 3, and everything I need scheduled for the next 7 days is scheduled. All right. But every single week, if I want automation to happen the rest of those 6 days of that week, I've got to devote those 2 to 4 hours on Mondays before and after work. All right. It's the difference between being busy and being productive. So Saturday at 2, when y'all get that Sundays with TRM email, no worries. I didn't just put that together. I did that Monday. All right. It hasn't been easy to really get some of these systems in place. It really hasn't. And it's taken me time and committing blocks of time to it so that it helps me push the businesses I work in forward over time. All right. So I want to talk to you, I want to give you some strategies on how to break out of this autopilot, this busyness. You're just doing, you randomly doing stuff, but you really aren't productive. So I'm going to give you some strategies on how to do that. All right, I see the ones coming in. Thank you, Han. I thank you for the rose. I see it. Make sure you guys are tapping that screen. It just helps the algorithm know that this is an active call on TikTok. Thanks, Han. I appreciate you. Thanks, Infinite Rocket Power. I appreciate you. Thank you, Toya. I appreciate you. Yeah, Toya. When you're running a business, so Toya said, trying to move more so with a purpose. When you're running a business, you find that your purpose is constantly changing and evolving. And to be honest with you, when you first starting out, you probably don't really know what your purpose is. And what I always say is, if your purpose is to solely make money, stop doing that. Close the business, cancel the LLC. That ain't where it's at. That ain't it. All right? Because money is not enough. To run a successful business is just not enough. Okay? So here's how we're going to break out of autopilot. Give you some strategies. First, we're going to stop prioritizing what is easy over what's effective. Okay? We got to stop prioritizing what's easy over what's effective. My AI peeps, ChatGPT is great, but if you're not using it effectively, if your usage of AI isn't reflected into a larger system that you're employing to grow your business, then you're doing what's easy, not what's effective. All right? I'll give you a few examples. So if you're using ChatGPT to create social media content, but you don't go in and make it really sound and feel like you're doing what's easy and not what's effective. And the larger problem with that is, over time, people, and it happens to me all the time, when I read posts, I know that it is AI generated. Sometimes that's a good thing. It gives me an idea. Sometimes it's ineffective. And if you are your personal brand, so I'm my personal brand, it's got to feel like you may have said it. It's got to feel like your personality. If your business or the brand is the voice, you've got to identify that voice and make sure that you're constantly communicating in that voice. Formal and professional, lighthearted and caring. You got to do it, right? Because it makes the difference between doing what's easy, just having ChatGPT doing it, versus doing what's effective. Now, taking that route of really personalizing your content takes more time, more energy, and more effort. But in the long run, it's more effective. Okay? If you only do what's easy, you get average results. All right? If you only do what's easy, you're only going to get average results, y'all. That's it. That's it, and that's all. Good morning, Ferret. Hey, what your kids doing tomorrow? I'm doing a Moana 2 watch party. Let me know if they can come over. We're going to watch the movie in the garage and eat food. And as Charlotte says, have tropical drinks. Good morning, Farron. I'm going to send you a text message and see if your kids can come over tomorrow for the watch party. All right, Toya, I see you. All right, this is a complex thing because you really got to really sit back and think about what it is you're doing. All right, and you've got to make more strategic choices. Okay, I break my task up by days. Monday is a scheduling day. That's all I do is schedule before and after work. Tuesday is a connection day. So I try to follow up on any communications that I missed on Monday. And it goes on and so forth. All right. And if I have a class coming up, then I have a couple days that are going to be devoted to class planning, writing. I write my classes. And when I say I write my classes, I research deeply what is new that I don't know. And what does my audience actually need? And then I go section by section with ChatGPT and I write my classes out bit by bit by bit. I don't say, hey, ChatGPT, write me out a course that covers this. It takes me a while because I've learned that I have to be effective and not do what's easy, even with the AI in front of me. All right? So that's the first thing. So we got to quit coasting through our day. Choose something. Stretch. Okay, good, Farron. I'll send you a message. I ain't sure about the time. I ain't sure about a lot of things. I just know I want to do it tomorrow. I am boiling seafood. So let me know if that's an issue with any of your kids. Okay? So that's the first thing. Stop prioritizing what's easy. Do the easy things when your energy is at its lowest. When your energy is at its highest, do what's most effective. Y'all know, and I guess y'all are too, really. I'm a morning girl. So I try to do my most meaningful work in the morning. Anything that requires me to copy and paste and is pretty mindless, I do in the evenings, and I'm about to delegate. I have a son that's 11. He's about to be 12. He loves social media. He loves the idea that I'm going live. Like, he likes this. He's like, what you doing? I want to do this. What's up? I'm having to put like the clanks on him. Like, dude, you're doing too much. But I realize that I'm missing an opportunity to teach my kids some great skills. So he is about to become my social media scheduler, and I'm going to teach him some of my workflows on how to batch my content and schedule my content. It's going to be his job. And every week, he and I are going to have a meeting, and we're going to talk about what I'm putting out that week, and he's going to go in and schedule. So I'm delegating. And my thought is, because he's already interested in this social media concept, the thought is, I want to teach my kid beyond the scope of just being a consumer. I don't want him just to be a consumer. So I got to show him what I'm doing to be more than a consumer. And who knows? Maybe it takes him off somewhere, maybe it doesn't. But at the end of the day, it's going to change how he looks at social media the rest of his life. So that's what I'm doing. All right. I choose my effective times when I have the most energy to be effective. My mindless work is my easy work. And I choose times of the day where I'm really kind of tapped out on my creativity. And those blocks of times become copy and paste. My things that require less brain energy. Okay. And then when you can, delegate, not just automate. If you can pay someone else to do it, great. I ain't got that, so it's in-house over here. And I'm saying delegate over automate because you also have to have time to automate, right? And you don't have time to automate either. So when you can, delegate. All right? 2, you got to shake things up. All right? Remember, when it comes to your social media, your products, your offerings, your classes, all of it, over time, people will get bored. All of us are swiping all day. It really takes a lot to grab a human being's attention. You know why people was going crazy over Kanye West's naked wife? Because she was naked. It made them stop. They looked at her body. They made comparisons between themselves and their bodies. They made decisions about their own moral code. He shook it up. And he continues to do it. Do I agree with all of his actions? Absolutely not. But I'm going to learn from them. And what I've learned is I have to find ways within my own moral code to shake it up. So yes, I'm going to tell y'all to have the same kind of radical self-belief as that ugly man that tried to talk to you. I'm going to say it, whereas other people may not. Okay? Because if you get too much of the same over and over again, your brain becomes numb. If you've been moving in predictable patterns, change something today. Take a different route. Work in a new workspace. Start with a fresh approach. Do anything to disrupt your day. When you shake it up, that's when innovation becomes a reality. Good morning, Miss Patricia. Oh, you're on YouTube this morning. I ain't seen you in a while. How you doing? I ain't seen you since Friday. How you doing? Oh, well. Who allergic? Let me know. Send me a text and let me know who's allergic. And then I'll find out. I'll figure out what I can do. Because we're definitely doing seafood. But I might be able to boil outside. And I might be able to do some things. So let me know. Send me a text. All right. So shake it up. Shake it up. Okay. My core topics for this live will not change. You got to change your mindset. Do things small. One thing. Do like my basic thesis is not going to change. But every day I've got to tackle it in a new way. I got to keep shaking it up. Right? Otherwise, people will become numb and they won't stay. Thank you. All right. So there's the first two. 1, quit doing what's easy and do what's effective. Align effectiveness with when you have the most energy. Align what's easy when your energy is down. Or delegate or automate. But if you can delegate, do that. Yeah, Infinite Rocket Power. I had that thought, like I need to, I got to figure out some ways to actively engage my children with the social media. My daughter loves art. So I think I'm going to start like carving out time during the week. And she and I do like little prompt parties where we'll get on the computer or on the iPad and just let her prompt and start teaching her how to prompt and how to create art with an iPad. It's been on my heart. Time has not been on my side, but I need to make time. because it's important. But my son, it's the social media for him. That's the part he wants. So he's going to become my own mini manager. And I'm going to start teaching him how to schedule this content. And having him ask me questions about the different decisions I'm making. Much as I run around behind him. All right, stop prioritizing what's easy or what's effective. Shake it up. Shake your day up. Shake your routines up so that you can create space for innovation. And then start your day with intention, not reaction. Ooh, I don't like this one. Good morning, Mary. Oh, you're taking a break. All right, I got you, Miss Patricia. All right. Yes, Miss Mary, there is not enough hours in a day. But I got to prioritize it because my kid's going to be grown. And I don't want all they remember about me is behind a computer working. So I'm gonna have to find some time. All right. And then the last of this three strategies. And Miss Patricia, you'll like this because it aligns to what we've already said. What you're already doing, Miss Patricia. Okay. So start your day with intention, not reaction. If the first thing you do is check emails, scroll, or react to others' needs, you're already in autopilot mode. So if the first thing you do is check emails, scroll, or react to other people's needs, you're already in autopilot. That one kind of hurt me because I'm definitely wake up and I'm on my phone. I'm going to check the bank account, make sure ain't nothing crazy happen overnight. Check emails. Right now, I'm waiting on my AI certification results, so I'm checking that email feverishly. So that's something I'm actually going to have to work on myself. Who else wakes up in the day? Put a 1 in the chat if you wake up and be on your phone. I already confessed. Go ahead and put in the chat. Let me know. Good morning, Just Visionary. Hey, Charlene. Good morning, Tanya D. Let me know. Do you start your day on your phone, checking emails? Checking, scrolling on social media? I'll tell the truth. I'm just going to confess I do. Roll right over. Doop, 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 doop. I get a lot done, y'all, before I even get out of bed. I'll design some content. But it's not the best thing to do. All right, try switching it up, and I'll try to, because I could definitely put my phone in another room and see if waking up with a different mindset and different behavior can shift what I'm doing throughout the rest of the day. I can try. What I would need to do, because I do use my phone as an alarm, is I would need to go ahead and have a clock alarm that's not tied to my phone, charge my phone in another room, and see if that helps me to wake up a little bit differently. Yeah, Miss Patricia, me too. I do's it. I enjoy it though. And there are so many mornings I'll be in there in 90 minutes getting work done, talking to ChatGPT, building out a plan. I don't know. And it might be the time of day. So maybe for you, the best route is to start the day that way. But maybe at the end of the day, you need to put that phone away and decompress. Good morning, Be Digital Love. Good morning. Today we're talking about autopilot and what are some things that we can do to make sure that we're being effective and we're not just doing things because they're easy, right? So start your day or end your day with intention, not just a reaction. Okay, I'm going to add that because for some people, starting the day that way is actually very effective. But if you're starting and ending it that way, you might want to rethink what you're doing. All right? What's something you need to do to create that momentum, to change up how you're starting and ending your day? So, to Toya's point earlier, people who are successful, they're not busy. They move with purpose. All right? Your most successful people are not just busy. There's purpose behind what they do. Okay? Now, as always, and every day, this isn't just about listening. It's also about doing. Okay? How are you going to get out of autopilot? You could tackle the hardest thing first instead of putting it off. Say no to distractions. Newsflash, you don't have to be on social media all day. When we get off this call, maybe you need to take a break and go to sleep or work for the next couple of hours and put your phone on Do Not Disturb. I get so much done when my phone is on Do Not Disturb. It's ridiculous. Take time to plan before starting your day. Take time to plan. Y'all, I planned last week. Last week and this week have been so much more productive because I've been planning out my days. I've been blocking them. I know what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it. And guess what? I don't get to everything. Last night, I was supposed to do some work. I was so tired. I just watched Talia color all night. I ain't even color, y'all. My hands were hurting, and I was just tired. So I watched her color and chit-chat, and I needed to do that. I've been waking up at 3 a.m. I stayed up a little later last night than I probably should have. So this morning, I didn't really get up at 3 a.m. I did a slow roll up into the day. And I feel better. But I have a plan for what I'm going to work on today. And I know what absolutely has to get done and what can wait till tomorrow. All right? You got to plan these days out. You got to brain dump. Think about everything you need to get done. And then plan it out over a couple of days. And know that you're not going to get it all done. That's not the goal here. The goal is to make progress. All right? And then check in with yourself. All right? It's Wednesday. You can do a midweek check-in. And you can do a midday check-in. I do it all the time. About 12 o'clock, I go, okay. I put all this stuff on my plan for today. Clearly, this ain't all getting done. And so I remove things and start to put them on a different day. I didn't fail. I just adjusted. Okay? It's not failing. You just need to plan and make adjustments. It's not failing. You haven't failed anything. Okay? You got to be intentional. Whatever it is, you got to name it, own it, and do it. Okay? Name it, own it, do it. And leave some time for rest and relaxation. All right? We're breaking out of autopilot. It doesn't require a complete overhaul. You just need to make one shift, one change, one decision, one moment of awareness. I'm not asking you to change your life every day. I'm asking you to find one thing that you can work on doing a little bit better. I didn't forget my water, Miss Linda. When I slow down, I'm going to take some gulps. Yeah, Be Digital Love says she went to bed early because she was exhausted. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Miss Patricia, plan your day. Block it out. And know that you're not going to get it all done. That's okay. Move it to another day. Because as long as we're living and breathing, we're going to have more things to do than actual time that we have. And when you can delegate, this week, I hired a team of employees. They're my children and my nieces and nephews. I hired them. So I usually do a big spring cleaning. So they did my garage. They did my pantry. They did my daughter's room. Today, they're going to be wrapping. They're going to do living room, dining room, and my son's room. I'm going to give them a couple coins. And it has been so nice to be able to invest in them in that way and then get some things done. I delegated. Will I be able to do it all the time? No. But I saw an opportunity, so I took it. Thanks be digital love. You have a good day too. You have a good day too. All right? So delegate when you can. When you can afford it, do it. They got a lot. Like, I'm going to have to give them a little tip. They did a lot for me this week. All right, y'all. I'm at the 45-minute mark. Woohoo. I did a little bit under 2 miles. Yes. And I brought my speed up. But I'm going to start my cool down to wrap this up. Let me grab my water. All right, y'all. That's my piece. Today is Wednesday. Patreon subscribers, we have co-working tonight at 6:30. Let's come on and get together and work together. Sunday, we have Sundays with TRM, where we talk AI, art, and crafting, and we feature different business owners. Next Saturday, I'm going to be teaching a Canva frames class where I'm going to teach you how to create a Canva frame in Adobe Illustrator. All right, I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to take my time. It's really, I'm only teaching that one skill, okay? So I'm going to teach that absolute one skill, and we're going to spend the rest of that time practicing. Because the goal is, before you leave, you know how to do it. And once you got it, you got it. There are just a few things I like better in Adobe Illustrator, some different changes and effects you can create in Adobe that you can't do, or it's a little bit tougher to do other places. All right, Infinite Rocket Power. Nope, good deal, good deal. If you send me a DM, and I'll send you a coupon code. Anybody that sends me a DM, I'll send you a coupon code. I think I got a coupon code for like $15 off, something like that. That class is going to be a build up into the AI class. So I bet, so what I teach is always going to be based on what the Patreon, the TRM Learning Patreon, what they say they want to learn. So they said, they were like, teach Canva frames. I want to learn that. So that's why I'm teaching it. Okay. So the third class is going to be how to create a Canva frame with your AI art. I learned how to do this last year, took a couple classes, learned how to do it last year. And so now I am pulling all the things I've learned from all the different classes to teach it to this audience. All right. So class 2, Adobe. Class 3, AI. So we're going to be using Procreate and Adobe in the third class. Now, Infinite Rocket Power, I do want you to know, if you join, because I know you're a mid-journey girly too. If you get your funds together, however that looks like for you. But I'm telling you that it's going to be much cheaper for you as a consumer to join the Patreon. What I tell people is it doesn't help me as the individual for our Patreon subscribers. The Patreon subscribers will get way more value for a lower price because you'll get my class as soon as Midjourney 7 drops. Regina's going to be teaching on Midjourney 7, and then Talia's about to do a class on Reels. All right, she's got a Reel class that she's doing. So as you're thinking about that, I would look at the individual cost of the class versus joining the Patreon as you work to get your funds together. Because you may, and here's what I tell people: sign up for 1 month, plan to do it one time, the Patreon, and then if you realize it's worth it, stay, and then if not, cancel, and then just take classes a la carte based on what you need. But for $1 to $1, the Patreon is a much cheaper route. Like if I wasn't wanted to leave to the Patreon, I would do the Patreon. It's just cheaper. Much cheaper in the long run. And all three of us do too much. So whatever we said was in the class, we're going to do way more than that. So you're always going to get a lot of stuff. All right. Okay, guys, that is it for me today. YouTube and Facebook family, I'm glad you were here. Thank y'all. I'll be back tomorrow as long as I'm feeling good. I am going to miss a couple days, I think, but we'll talk about that. And then